Hello everyone, and welcome to this month's update video for August 2023. So this is going to be a pretty short update video because this month has very largely been a writing month and a restructuring sort of month rather than an art month. So I don't have that much visually to show you. I have done a CG at the time of recording, but it's a spoiler for Amy's route. But uh, perhaps first things first, I have changed the name of the heroine who I previously called Gate, and her name is now Osti. Um, for a very long time in the canon, her name was Gate, but when you're on her route, uh, her name gets changed to Osti, and that is what she feels is better as her name. So I just thought I would make it clear that her name isn't Gate, her name is Osti. Second thing second, I have significantly reduced the scope of the project. It's for a few reasons. First of all, obviously, as you might be able to tell if you've been keeping up with these devlog videos, I talked about having a certain time frame. I am basically giving myself, or at the start of this, had given myself around 5 months. And personally, I would very much like for the silent column to be done in this allotted time. I may have slightly more than 5 months, we'll see, but either way, limiting the scope helps me to get the project done, of course. Another reason is because I'm finding that I'm able to say a lot more than I was expecting to in the amount of time, that is to say, in a smaller number of words. And another reason is there were certain sections. Well, there was one specific section that was rather long in the old graph, which I'll show you right now, where I assumed that it would take a very long time to say some things. But I'm seeing that not only am I touching a lot on what happened, but mainly, and more importantly, I felt that I was thankfully able to uh, say the crux of what mattered in that formerly planned to be long section in a very short number of words. Like all of the stuff that was also planned on happening in that section were interesting in their own right, but it was a little bit repetitive. It didn't really need to be there. And I was like, okay, what actually just needs to be there? And I felt that it was summed up in like a well a well done way that is emotionally resonant. So I was able to cut down on the word count with that, um, which really is just, that wasn't even my motivation. I was just like, this is really well done and it just seems beautiful. So why would I pad it out with stuff that doesn't need to be there? Um, but yeah, those are the main reasons that I can think of off the top of my head about narrowing the scope of the project. So the scope of the project right now is 240,000 words. So because of the new scope of the project being much smaller, it will only be released as one unit. So that is to say, it will have one demo and it will have one main release. It will not be being released in chapters. I'm not sure what the price will be, but I would like it to be affordable. Um, right now, and this is subject to change, I don't know, but right now I am thinking that it will be 15 USD or less. Something around there, maybe slightly more, something like that. I'll show you the graph right here. So right now I have 200,000 words written, which is great, and I'm happy about that. So I have 40,000 left to go, and that is the 10,000 word endings for each of the heroines. So I'm going to be writing that, and I'm looking forward to it. At the time of recording, I don't have a visual representation of Osti like I talked about in the last video, but I'm going to sketch one and you'll be seeing it on screen right now. Her design will have changed significantly. I don't want her to have the lock anymore, for starters, and I'll probably change some other things, but I'm not going to talk about it much because I can't see the future. You'll get to see how she looks like right now. Um, but yeah, basically, I'm just going to be finishing up the writing for the 240,000 word visual novel. And then I'm going to be working on a whole bunch of the art assets and recording some music, some new songs. Hopefully, I'll get to, like, this is something that's so nice about life, okay? Is that you get, like, it's like, oh, there's something that I want to do, and the more you do it, you get better at it. And I'm looking forward to getting better at music. I'm already seeing myself like improving at these other things like art and writing that I'm more comfortable with. I'm looking forward to getting better with music. Uh, but anyway, after I finish all of the assets, I will be plugging them in and doing some editing to the writing. And then I guess I'll be looking at doing a Steam release because I would like to release it on Steam. I don't know how to get all of the legal paperwork in order, but we have a lot of time to figure it out. So I'm sure I'll figure it out. Maybe it'll also be released on itch, but frankly, Steam is such a big platform, and it has a lot of users that are willing to actually buy. uh, I've noticed when I browse itch, there's like a lot of stuff that, like, no offense to anyone who uploads stuff on itch.io or is a small developer who's just trying to start out and is like just making stuff for fun. Like, I get that. I don't want to rain on anyone's parade, and that's great. But for someone wanting to play just like stuff that's like a little bit higher quality, now I know Steam has a lot of stuff that's not high quality either, but uh, putting a little bit of a filter on what people can upload, uh, it's just, generally speaking, it has higher quality stuff most of the time, and generally speaking, because it's not just a bunch of people and their friends making stuff for fun, people are more willing to actually pay for stuff. So if I'm going to choose one, I'm gonna choose Steam. It just makes more sense. But maybe itch as well. We'll see. Uh, but yeah, that'll be a while in the future. There's going to be a lot of, well, I'm going to be finishing up the writing, and then there's going to be a lot of art, and then some music as well. So uh, I appreciate you guys listening and staying tuned. And I just finished writing. I just finished writing Amy. Amy's like main section today. I think it turned out really well. You can tell that it was there's a section at the end of Amy and a section in the middle of Osti, which you can tell were like a little bit rushed, in my opinion. But I'm a harsh self-critic, and I think largely it all turned out really well, and it's nice. Maybe I'll end up adding like an extra 5,000 words to each of the to Amy and Osti. But if I did that to Amy and Osti, I'd want to add 5,000 to the other girls as well, Thidria and Sarah, and I don't know if I'm going to do that. Either way, maybe I'll just edit it very slightly. Anyway, it's all turning out great. I look forward to next month where I'll be able to show you a whole bunch of artwork. But I'm just really happy about it, really. It's so nice seeing the story come together, and then I know I'm just going to do the art and the writing and then just plug it all in and just it'll come to life as I make it in my hands. And that's such an awesome feeling. All right, you guys, you take care. I'll see you in the next month's update video. See you.